Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, Sabrina Daly and Isani Caetano.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I am Isani Caetano. Good morning.
And good morning, Isani. Let's jump straight into it. What we have lined up for our viewers this morning, starting off with road safety enforcement with Belize Traffic Department. Belize Peak Outsourcing opens doors to new jobs. 2-day feel-good sale at Courts. And Delbert Hinds scores another year in Japan. Also, BELTRAIDE paves the way to Belize Investment Summit. How you doing? It is a gloomy Wednesday morning.
You feel gloomy?
It's gloomy outside. It's raining.
The sun was peeking out when I was coming.
Not when I left. When I left, I had to try to dodge rain droplets. It was so raining in Boroboom.
It may have rained overnight, yes. I saw some puddles of water here and there on the way, but the sun was out, and I can't complain. I don't feel gloomy.
You know what? That's
Wednesday.
The difference. We're in two different countries this morning. 5:30.
One country, two different worlds, probably.
That's true. 5:30 this morning, I was supposed to already be out the house, and I heard pouring rain, and I said, well, it looks like I'll be on plastic bag umbrella this morning because I ain't got an umbrella. But thankfully, it did stop while I was about to get out the house. But we're here this morning, and we're happy to be here and bring you guys loads of conversations, including some things we think you should know before you leave your homes this morning. Isani?
And here are those 5 things you ought to know before leaving your homes this morning. KTV The Remix brings controversy on Soundtrack Night. We're going to be discussing that one, certainly. An inmate got shot during an escape attempt at the Belize Central Prison. We're also going to be discussing that. And of course, Belize Taiwan Scholarship empowers 64 students. Belize rolls out new HIV support and prevention programs. And finally, is Spirit Airlines budget-friendly route to Belize a risk? All right, so first things first, we got to address the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
So it goes without saying that we had a packed house last night.
We've been having a pack house week after week.
And secondly, our viewership was out there in terms of the numbers of people who were watching from home or wherever they were on their devices.
Yeah.
But at the start of the show, immediately after the battle round, there was an incident that unfolded with one of the participants who was eliminated last night. Now, eliminations in any kind of competition is par for the course, right?
Yeah.
Someone has to go home and someone will eventually win whatever it is that they're competing for. And in this case, it's a $10,000 prize at the end of season 7. Nonetheless, when the decision was made that Tafara Lindo had been cut at this stage of the competition, her reaction left a lot to be desired in terms of professionalism and poise. Like I said, to be eliminated in any round of a competition, that goes with the nature of competition. How you conduct yourself. And I could understand the disappointment. That's a personal and emotional feeling. Yes, totally understood. But you still have to be able to comport yourself. Throwing down a microphone, and making all of this chaos and police having to come and intervene, I think it's unnecessary and unwarranted, right? And so on behalf of the company, we're drawing distance from that kind of a behavior, right? Because in the past, we've had people who have been eliminated and never really carried on that kind of way.
I think And this is something, Isani, that we have mentioned time and time again. Persons that come on KTV The Remix, and even persons who just have been viewers for the past years that it has been around, all of our competitions, we've expressed in detail and very clearly the nature of the competition. We've shown in many ways the way that KTV The Remix has been one of those platforms that have highlighted talent across the country. But it is a competition at the end of the day. We want for these artists that come on this particular platform to be able to engage with people, to build a fan base. And KTV provides that opportunity for you to grow a fan base. We've seen several persons, as you mentioned, that have come in this competition, not win, but walk away still being a winner, having many gigs throughout the year, winning song competitions for the September celebrations, and continuing their journey as an artist. And so I hope that Tafara recognizes that it does not stop at the point of being eliminated. Yes, I understand that you invest a lot in a competition like this one, but we have to remember that at the end of the day, it is a competition. She battled in the battle round with Maureen, and I'm not sure if you tuned in last night, Isani, but the crowd resoundingly thought that Maureen was supposed to win as well.
All right, so here's my thing. It's not so much about, you know, being able to move on from KTV. The show, as we rightly mentioned, is not the end-all be-all for competition or talent search or what have you. I think the primary issue is with the behavior and the way how people carry themselves. I think that's, for me, that is the issue.
Well, I'm adding to that.
So you have people, yes, like Sharon Martinez, who have gone on to do great things and what have you, but she was eliminated. How did she handle the elimination? That is, to me, what is at the heart of the situation
I
here.
also want to add to that, Isani, by saying that, and this, of course, Tafara is her own person, but I think it's important for persons who come out and support these contestants to recognize the level of respect that is needed from them as well, because I saw some reactions online, persons who tune into KTV, persons who tune into the morning show saying that they were, excuse me, hit by placards because of angry supporters who were upset that Tafara did not continue in the competition. Let's not make a show become that here in this country. Let's not make this competition become that, where you have to go to the bliss and fear that if a favorite isn't continuing in the competition, you're going to be hit by something, or you're going to be in the middle of some type of conflict. I understand that, as I said, we're nearing the end and the stakes are getting higher and higher.
It's tough to deal with raw emotions, but
I know, I get it, but you have no excuse to not contain yourself, especially when you want to present yourself as an artist. When you're finished from here, there are many opportunities that will come forward. Businesses will want to partner with you, you know, and if they see you operating like that when things don't work out your way, that's already a bad sign. And so we're hoping that this is something that we can see other persons who might be interested in the competition use as an example as well. We continue to support the talents across this country, and we're hoping that the rest of the competition goes smoothly. It's only going to get, I think, more tension-filled as we get closer and closer to that $10,000.
Well, we're winding down to the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Last night was soundtrack night, right? Those who remained in this leg of the competition, you know, did their best, notwithstanding what happened earlier in the show. And so we'll see who gets eliminated going forward. But like we said, we're winding down season 7. We've had a strong showing thus far. The pool of talent has done exceptional, you know, in terms of being able to perform and to bring out the votes and, of course, the live audience, right? And so it's a matter for me of being able to ensure that at least we end off season 7 on the right note.
Yeah.
That the person who legitimately wins is able to walk on that stage on the final night, collect his or her check, do their final performance, and the future is theirs to explore.
You know, my last thought on this is that in general, I think the lesson that we all could learn from this is how important taking feedback is as well.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
definitely, man.
I mean,
definitely.
you have to be able to put aside a level of pride when it comes to that. We're not perfect individuals. And so for me, I think it's important for us to recognize that the judges that we see there week after week, they're there for a reason, each and every one of them. The guest judge, the permanent judges that you see there week after week, some of them have been on that stage in the same very positions that they've been in. And so please, let's recognize the expertise that they come with and have respect for that as well.
Not for a second do I doubt Andaz's ability to look at a performance from a critical point of view and share a critique of what she's heard and what she's seen on stage. Similarly for Nello, similarly for Jackie Cass last night, and for Tremette. These are people that I know who have been in Belizean entertainment for God knows how long. I've worked with them in various capacities before, and I can trust their talent and their ear for talent as well. And so I wouldn't second guess anything that comes from them in terms of their opinion of a performance. They are there to judge. That's what they do. And I don't know that they're not offering constructive or sound criticism. They're not just there, blurting things out.
Yeah.
Contrary to that, though, right? Going back to what you were saying about being able to take criticism, some of the comments that I've seen online, that's where the brutality of it all comes in, if you ask me, right? And so when you spend your time in the comment section, you have a lot of people who don't know a lick about music or a lick about judging music who all of a sudden have an opinion. It's no different than if something happens right now. They figure kind of things to say on social media, but they wouldn't be able to stand in front of you and be able to say that in person. And that's my 2 cents. I'll get off that high horse.
All right, let's move things along and get on another horse. And that one is definitely what was on the headline news last night.
Yes.
This has been the second report, actually, of an inmate trying to escape in 1 week. This week from the Belize Central Prison. I know the first one was while they were outside, but this one has a little bit of a different outcome because Ineri Parshu was trying to escape the Belize Central Prison yesterday, and he was subsequently shot by prison guards as well. I believe he is currently at the KHMH trying to receive recovery.
So this incident happened shortly after 9 a.m. yesterday, where Ineri Parshu moved to a restricted area of the compound, and the prison guards warned him, you can't be in that area, it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he did not heed the verbal warnings. He continued towards the fence. Warning shots were then fired, right? I read from the report that as many as 7 shots were fired to warn him not to proceed with what he was attempting to do. Again, he continued, climbed the fence, reached a certain height, and then that's when one of the tower guards fired at him. Now, naturally the controversy here is the fact that Ineri Parshu, notwithstanding the fact that he was attempting a bold escape, was shot in the head and neck. Now, how does one determine that you are actually aiming for the legs, and because it's a moving target, you actually caught the head and the neck? And I heard my good friend Mr. Virgilio Murillo attempt to explain that yesterday. From a legal perspective, that's no whole water. That's what I'm saying, right? But here we have a situation where I believe that the rules are quite clear that people who try to flee custody from the Belize Central Prison, especially in the manner in which they are attempting to escape, will come under some gunfire if that's the case, right? Because you have all of these towers and you have all of these sentinels placed at the respective towers, and they will fire upon you. So this, again, has been made clear. But Mr. Parshu is now fighting for his life at the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital.
Yeah.
The irony of this situation for me is twofold. One, when we go back and we looked at the most recent court interaction that he had for striking his 8-year-old cousin in the face, and the fact that he then subsequently threatened to kill the entire family, including his mother. And they were questioning his mental soundness. So that was one part that I found to be, you know, quite strange. The other part of it is that he was incarcerated on a 3-month sentence, right? He's supposed to come out in September.
Yeah.
Right? And when I looked at the actual document that was shared with us by the Belize Central Prison, he could have been released as early as August 31st, as opposed to the September 20th release date that's official, right? Now, I don't know what he was thinking or what he wasn't thinking, but why try escape?
And if
at this particular point, when you're not there on a 5 or a 10-year sentence, you only have a few more weeks to go in essence.
And then they're firing warning shots and you're still moving along as well, you know. And that's what I was also thinking of, the angle that I was going to bring up next when it comes to mental soundness and persons that are incarcerated at the Belize Central Prison, because this isn't the first story that we have reported on where, you know, there are concerns coming out of the Belize Central Prison of persons with mental illness and the ways that their incarceration can look like. And so this is something I think we are going to have to continue addressing. Perhaps if there is some type of proof that they can have to provide that this person might not be mentally sound, should there be a separate type of facility for persons like this? This is a conversation I think we've also attempted before in our Devil's Advocate couch conversation as well, probably a couple months ago. So we continue to bring that one up as well. But moving things along, Isani, we do have, do you want to jump into the Spirit Airlines conversation?
Yeah. Why not?
All right. Well, so, I know a lot of us are celebrating, or we were celebrating Spirit Airlines. Apparently, they're still set to come here in November, but there's also the possibility that we might be celebrating a little bit too early, essentially.
So Forbes magazine issued an article yesterday that spoke to the financial situation that is plaguing Spirit Airlines. And admittedly, Spirit isn't the first airline company that has faced bankruptcy and financial, you know, difficulties. But in this particular case, it was 1 week to the day yesterday that this announcement was made that Spirit is coming to Belize in November.
Yeah.
I think it's November 21st, right?
Everyone's celebrating.
And then I looked up November 21st. Why November 21st? It's Black Friday.
Yeah.
Right? And so everybody was excited, not only because, well, the inaugural flight is on November 21st, but it's as low as $85 as a promotion, right? And then this article comes out. So then the question is, how long will they be able to operate? 1. 2, does this make financial sense for them to come to Belize if the minister is on record last week talking about certain gives and takes, so to speak, to be able to accommodate carriers coming in and establish flight routes to Belize and what have you? So then the big question is, would this be profitable? Would this make sense for them to come to Belize under this particular circumstance or whatever? That's for them to answer.
I was just going to say, I don't think that's so much our problem.
That's for them to answer. But
if they come for 1 week and we get our flight, we still happy.
It's a buzzkill nonetheless. It's a buzzkill, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, we do want to move things along, Isani. That does it for some of the things we think you should know this morning. And we do want to also remind you that we have a poll online on our Facebook page. That's Open Your Eyes BZ. And the question is, should Belize offer more incentives like grants for digital startups to support local entrepreneurs? The options to choose from are yes, no, put the money somewhere else. That question again is, should Belize offer more incentives like grants for digital startups to support local entrepreneurs? Alrighty, let's move things along and get that weather update. As I said, in Barrelboom it was quite gloomy and rainy, but here in Belize City, the skies are clearing up. So let's see what that official update from the folks at the Met Service will look like. Before we get to that though, I also want to quickly highlight, Isani, since we have a bit more time, the recognition and the scholarships that were awarded to students to head to Taiwan. A huge congratulations to the cohort of students that are set to travel to Taiwan to pursue various degrees in higher education. This is an opportunity that we have come to recognize every single year, and I just wanted to quickly put that bit in just before we move over to our weather. So let's get to our eye on the weather now.
All right, guys, today's weather forecast, as with all other weather details that we share with you, comes courtesy of the National Met Service. Today's forecast is as follows: cloudy at times with some showers, periods of rain, and a few thunderstorms, especially north and central today. Cloudy spells tonight with a few showers and thunderstorms, mostly south. Today's temperatures: along the coast, it will be 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Fahrenheit inland. It's going to be 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the hills, it's going to be 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The astronomical forecast: sunrise was at 5:35 a.m. It's going to set at 6:19 p.m. later this evening. The moon rise is at 9:31 p.m. and it sets at 9:33 a.m. The extended forecast for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is as follows: 84 degrees along the coast, and it's going to be 86 degrees inland. That's for Thursday. For Friday, it's going to be 87 degrees along the coast and 93 degrees inland. Saturday, it's 88 degrees along the coast, and on Sunday, it's going to be 87 degrees along the coast and 93 degrees inland. All right, so the marine conditions: the sea state is going to be choppy and rough. Winds are going to be blowing from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots. And the tides: today's low is at 6:53 a.m. The high is at 12:54 p.m. Today's low is also going to be at 7 p.m. and tomorrow's high is at 12:59 a.m. And of course, that does it for our eye on the weather. Sab?
All right, Asani, as you said, today's low tide 6:53. It's exactly 6:53 right now. And we do got to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, the conversation switches into road safety enforcement with the Belize Traffic Department.
Los Cumbia Kings. Los Cumbia Kings en concierto. Este 30 de agosto en el Estadio del Pueblo, Orange Bowl, Belice. Los Cumbia Kings en vivo.
No tengo dinero ni nada que dar.
No te pierdas el concierto del año que te hará bailar como nunca. General 150, VIP 200 y Platino $350. Boletos a la venta en la aplicación QuiPass, disponible en Android y iPhone. También con Orindrag con cuellos, Shell One Stop, María's Café, Lifestyle Beauty Salon y WSK Call Center al 611-3677. Amor Turquesa, Boutique Belmopá. Gracias al patrocinio de
BTV, mechas, cuellos, Lock and Loaded, Mark Production, Quick Pass, Lighthouse,
Instituto Nacional de Cultura e Historia y Smart Belize.
Ignite the innovator in you with Dell. Cellular World is an authorized partner for Dell Technologies. Whether you're looking for equipment for personal use or to transform your business, Dell Technologies can provide you with the right equipment to suit your needs. Dell is more than just desktop computers and laptops. The full line also includes monitors, data storage solutions, keyboards, docking stations, and other accessories. This is technology that makes it possible and provides solutions for every situation. Shop for your Dell products at Cellular World, your #1 Dell authorized partner in Belize, and get all the technology you want for less. Bring your brightest ideas to life with intelligent technology. Cellular World, authorized Dell partner.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for. It's all next on this station.
And welcome back. Our first conversation this morning is all about traffic safety and enforcement. We are joined by Superintendent of Police Jerome Stevens. Good morning.
Good morning.
And he's accompanied by Mauricio Gonzalez. He's the Enforcement Traffic Manager with the Belize City Council. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
When we talk about road traffic safety, particularly in Belize City, we think about all the congestion with vehicles and motorcycles and cyclists and pedestrians, right? Because all of them use the carriageway, right? But it seems as if though here in Belize City, there's been an increase in the number of road traffic accidents. Not all of them are fatal, but we have a lot of fender benders and things of that sort. Let's begin by talking about the importance of enforcement, given the fact that we have more people, more vehicles, and more motorcycles using the same streets and carriageways that are available to everyone. Let's start with you, Mauricio.
Hi, good morning again, everyone. I'd just like to point out first, that when I was called yesterday about this presentation today, this interview, I saw it necessary to get our counterparts as involved as well, because enforcement is really a big deal. It doesn't only start at the municipal level, but it's also national. So that's the reason why I have with me my counterpart, Superintendent Stevens, because it's a collaboration between departments. The city is big, and we do need the help. We do need the assistance from both departments in order for us to be able to enforce the laws. Enforcement on a whole, it regulates, it helps us to get out there and ensure that the residents are following the laws, and that's why I said it's a big deal, and thus the collaboration helps a whole lot.
We see a growing number of persons traversing the Old Capitol on motorcycles, young and older, and as Isani mentioned, while we might not report on more cases of persons losing their lives, we're still seeing an increase in accidents, fender benders, what have you. When it comes to the types of accidents that we have seen and you guys are collecting data on, what is that looking like right now in Belize City?
Well, within Belize City, mainly we have a lot of minor traffic accidents. We normally classify accident as fatal, minor, and serious.
Okay.
So within Belize City, because of the congestion of the city and the amount of vehicles that we have, we tend to see a lot of minor fender benders within the city itself. But out district and the different areas on the highways, then that's where mainly would see a lot of fatalities or serious accidents. But As it relates to motorcycles, we have seen that that's the increase where we see a lot of fatal accidents.
I don't
lately.
I don't want to come off as being stereotypical, so I'll just describe it as my observations, right? A lot of what I see in terms of these accidents or mishaps involve either dollar vans or deliverymen on motorcycles, right? It's almost as if though they're operating as if they're not the only one on the road, and they're in the most rush to get from point A to point B than anyone else that's using the road. How do you guys begin to crack down on that? Because the average person who may be driving to or from work, who may be on the street, is not necessarily the one that's creating all the havoc that we're seeing. How do you begin to crack down on people on motorcycles and, of course, the dollar vans?
This is where the collaboration really starts to show, no? We've had many collaborations, not only with the Belize Police Department, but many other entities as well, where before enforcement, we actually try to educate. We signed an MOU with Unicomer late last year, early this year, where we had many presentations, many interviews that we did as well to speak about road safety, particularly about motorcycles.
Yes.
We've had operations with the police department. We've had operations with transport board, where we do these operations that target specifically motorcycles as well. So it's a lot of education, trying to curb the culture, but it's just, as you said, most of these minor accidents is all because of these delivery services. These guys are in a rush. They're not adhering to the regulations and the laws. They're not staying within the speed limits. They're overtaking on the wrong side of the lane.
Yeah.
And then this is where our efforts really come into play, where we set up these different operations, these checkpoints. Apart from checkpoints, we have, they really don't want to get into all operations, right? But we do have many operations that we do together, where we try to target these individuals. I mean, it's not only about giving them the infraction ticket, but it's also about educating them and explaining to them where they went wrong, no?
We just saw on the screen a couple videos being shown, but I love that you highlighted what the culture is kind of like when it comes to motorists as well, because one of the frequent violations that I've observed has been motorcycles overtaking on the wrong side of the road, not only in the city region, but also on the highways as well. And I'm not certain if they feel that because the road is wide enough, or if there's enough space between the road itself and the sidewalk, that's justification for them to move on. But that's one of the frequent violations that I've also heard a lot of people complain about. Is this some of the type of concerns coming to you guys as well as the Belize City Council and even the Belize Police Department?
Yeah, that's some of the complaints that we get indeed. And we actually have several operations that we have launched jointly with the municipalities all over the country, along with the transport department as well as the city council, whereby we target specifically motorcycles. So far we have seen that a lot of tickets when it comes to motorcycle offenses.
Is it hard to be able to track down these types of violations though? Because when I think of the work that you guys have to do, setting up these checkpoints, you know, a motorcycle might be overtaking on the wrong side, but the minute they notice a checkpoint is ahead of them, you know, you're up good and leave it, and then after that you move on. How challenging is it to identify some of these violations?
Yeah, it's very challenging indeed, because the problem is the violation, we have to deal with it within the view of the officer.
Exactly.
So whenever it happens and we see it, that's when we have to deal with it.
Go ahead, sorry.
But also too, just like you said, when they see these checkpoints, they adhere to the laws, and then afterwards
take off again.
The minute checkpoint,
right?
class checkpoint.
But that's where the collaboration really comes into effect, and I know I'm repeating it a lot because it's something solid. I mean, the collaboration between the departments, not only Belize City Council enforcement, but also with the police department. Recently, the Department of Transport has really picked up with their operations as well, targeting these motorcyclists. So with all of us working together, that's how we're going to combat it.
So here's my question, right? And it has to do with enforcement as well. I always get super concerned when I see whole families on a motorcycle. you have the person who's controlling or steering the motorcycle. You have the kid in the front or 2 kids in the front. You have a woman in the back, and they're all traveling along the road. Not all of them have on a helmet. Maybe they're not. Maybe only the driver, the person controlling the motorbike, has on a helmet. Where do we begin to enforce how many people can ride on a motorcycle, and the rules that you have to be wearing a helmet if you're carrying a pillion rider?
Well, the law specifically states that the only persons that should be riding a motorcycle are the ones that can be seated. The motorcycle is only built, some are built for 2. I know they have the ninja bikes that are built for 1. So that's most passengers that you should be taking. The law specifically states as well, everyone on a motorcycle must have on a helmet. So from the fact that you're riding a motorcycle without a helmet, or you're riding a motorcycle outside of the natural way of a motorcycle, then you're breaking the law. In reference to enforcement, when Belize City Council enforcement officers, they see this happening, this is where education really plays a role, because we would pull over that motorcycle. We would take off the parent at the back with the kids. They will have to walk. Unfortunately, it's, people might say we're inconsiderate, but we're just following the law.
I check everything at school, I check everywhere after work or whatever the case may be.
If they're passing an enforcement officer, it is a duty of the enforcement officer to ensure that not only them, but everyone is safe around. So it is our duty to stop them and take off all the additional passengers. No?
What has the response been like from these motorists when you not only inform them that they're violating, but try to educate them as well? Some might say they should already know this, but when you go that step further and try to educate them and you know, ensure that they remember, do they respond in a way that's
the
like...
The response is mixed, to be honest with you. I mean, you have some of them that the passengers, they would jump off and comply immediately. Yes, we know. And then you have some others that may be a little more outspoken.
Or hostile.
Yes, right. But at the end of the day, it's enforcement. We have to get the job done. We have to enforce our laws. We're a society that is governed by laws, so we have to do the right thing.
And then the problem with that is parents taking the small kids to school on motorcycle is very risky. A motorcycle has no protection. Whereby a motor vehicle, you have more protection when you're traveling in a motor vehicle. So it's a big risk. I know the Department of Transport is working on some legislation in order to try and curb that situation as it relates to taking
number of people
persons on a motorcycle. Maybe some type of thing as it relates to age limit or something like that.
I have a more pressing concern, and I'll only address it here because I have someone from the Belize City Council and I have you from the Belize Police Department. We've seen a significant increase in the number of drive-bys that are taking place where persons are on motorcycles and they carry a pillion rider who's often the shooter, right? The last time we brought this up was to CEO Williams from Transport to see if they would consider legislation that would be able to address this particular phenomenon, so to speak. But from your end, what are you guys seeing in terms of perhaps possible ways of addressing this? Because you usually see 2 people on a motorcycle, 2 men, they're both wearing helmet. At this point, we don't know what the intentions are if they're riding together in a particular neighborhood. What's your observation?
In reference to that, well, checkpoints play a big deal with some of these same riders. No? When you have the checkpoints, they come to a halt, and we tend to get names. We tend to see IDs. and that sort of stuff from an enforcement level, municipal enforcement level. But in reference to crime, then that's where the police department.
So before I go to you, Superintendent Stevens, so the checkpoint is in place. You're right. But what are we checking for? We just to make sure that the sticker, you're insured, you have your license, or we frisking people? How does that work?
Well,
together?
from a municipal level, we only could check within our own laws as well, no? So we check the license, we check, make sure the motorcycle is licensed, the insurance, the drivers, they have their license up to date and stuff like that. Municipal level, we don't necessarily frisk, right? If there is a person of interest that stops at these checkpoints, then we would go and tell the police department that, hey, I think a motorcycle just passed the checkpoint here at wherever we are, and probably these two individuals, if anyone is in the area, you probably stop them and give them an additional search, no?
As it relates to police, whenever we stop these motorcycle riders, we would make sure that we check for everything as it relates to, as Mr. Gonzalez mentioned. However, we also do searches. It all depends on certain information that we'd receive. Based on information that we receive, then we could check the person and see if they have any illegal weapons or any contraband or anything like that within the motorcycle, because they do use these motorcycles, as you say, to go around and do robberies and these sorts of things. So they do have to check them on a daily basis. And if you notice lately, it's these incidents that are occurring are motorcycle riders. So
yes.
we, on a daily basis, target motorcycle riders.
What's the data collection looking like when it comes to percentage of accidents that we've been seeing in certain parts of Belize City? I understand that the Belize Police Department have been collecting certain data and even showing, in some cases, a map of certain locations as well. Can you break that down for us?
So basically, the statistics so far for this year compared to last year, we have a reduction as it relates to fatal accidents and serious accidents. However, when we deal with minor accidents, we see a rise there in percentage. But for fatal and serious, we have a reduction.
As we can see there's a reduction of about 37% for fatal, and then serious 20%, but a rise 12% for minor accidents.
Correct.
What are the areas of the city that we are seeing some of these accidents take place? Do you guys collect information on that as well?
Yeah, we have data. We have data countrywide. However, as I mentioned, we have the northern region and the southern and eastern region are the areas that we see a more rise as it relates to, as I would say, fatal accident. Belize City as such, we don't really have a lot of fatalities.
It's more minor.
It's more, as I say, minor and a little bit of serious.
Yeah. Mauricio, I want to go back to you for a second here. About a year or two ago, the Belize City Council signed the MOU with courts. So you alluded... Unicomer, sorry.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Roughly. Year about.
What has been the effectiveness of that in terms of public awareness and safety campaigns?
Well, like I mentioned, we did a lot of public awareness. We did a couple interviews here in Open Your Eyes and different media stations as well. We did some collaborative works on the street with education, where we just educated riders. But it was very welcoming. The riders, it was something of a change. It's not all about enforcement. It was more targeting, letting you know what you need to do and how you need to do it. No, so it was a little of a change for them, but it was good. I believe it was effective. I want to believe it was effective.
And the usage of helmets, is that still something that we are seeing persons try to ride around without helmets?
We do have our cases. We do still issue infraction tickets for that. The curves are, we're now seeing that it's moving now from the actual drivers or the riders of the motorcycle, the ones in charge, the ones at the wheel or at the helm, how you'd want to say it, no? They have abided, they're following the laws, they have on their helmets.
The passengers.
But now we're having the difficulty with the passengers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when you have those full families like Isani mentioned. Imagine everyone with a big helmet on, no space. But as we wind down the conversation, I want to allow us to quickly go over some of the rules that people need to remember, especially if they are motorcycle riders. I imagine we could simply say it applies to all vehicles, but just in case they do not remember, what are some of the rules that they should be following and some of the violations that they might not be aware they are taking place?
I'd want to touch on speeding when it comes to these motorcycle riders, right? Like Isana touched on it earlier about the delivery services. I guess it's part of their job that they need to get to you as fast as possible, but also too they have to be mindful that they are governed by laws and regulations, and they must adhere to the laws and regulations.
And in the city, what's the speed limit?
25 miles per hour.
25 miles per hour.
And less around a roundabout.
All right.
You shouldn't go 25 miles per hour around the roundabout. The speed should be less. All right. But definitely speeding is something that I want to mention. Guys, we all have a family. We all want to reach home. There's a thing on your motorcycle called the brakes. You can use it every now and again. But definitely speeding is something I want to touch on. Irregular overtaking as well. I mean, a motorcycle is a vehicle, so you have to abide by the same laws of overtaking as a vehicle as well. So I really want them to be aware of the overtaking that they do on the wrong side of the road as well. Indicators.
Ooh, that's a big one as well.
They need to utilize their indicators. They tend to just
bob and weave,
exactly. Turn as they please. And these are some of the infractions that we do give them tickets for as well, right? So, as it relates to motorcycles and all vehicles, like you rightly said, I mean, because it's not only motorcycles, these laws are for everyone. Speeding, indicators, knowing your lanes, reckless driving as well is one that we recently started to issue tickets for, and it comes back to the bob and weave as well, no? But these are basically some of the laws I want them to remember.
A main one that we do not want to miss is persons going to the clubs, going to different areas and drinking and getting on those motorcycles. That's a main one. We have seen a rise in arrests as it relates to alcohol consumption with motorcycle riders. We have several arrests that we have made. So we want to encourage them that do not drink and drive. Motorcycle is a vehicle, but some riders believe that the motorcycles have a different law or something in Belize, but it's the same law as it relates to vehicles. And we have seen several fatal accidents whereby these same motorcycle riders, as Mr. Gonzalez said, they overtake on the wrong side of the road, the right side instead of the left. And
we've centered the conversation around enforcement and ensuring that these riders know what the laws are. But for repeat offenders who just cannot seem to get it in their heads, what are the penalties like for persons like that?
Well, the ticket fines are regulated. It doesn't change. However, whenever these offenders reach in front of the magistrate at the municipal court, then the magistrate can then do a judgment stricter, no? Yeah, but as it relates to the fines that the enforcement officers are issuing, these don't change.
Yeah, normally I know as it relates to alcohol, they would take away your driver's license at least and disqualify you from driving for a period of time. However, I would like to see that these penalties would be more increase, and then so we could deal a lot more stricter with these motorcycle riders and drivers as it relates to traffic laws in a whole.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate the time that you both have taken to come and remind us, as well as our viewers, of some of the accidents taking place, not only in the old capital here, but also across the country. And of course, the rules that we all should be following to not only ensure our safety, but the safety of other drivers and persons on the road as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
No problem.
Thank you as well.
Alrighty, well, before we take a break, I want to include you guys in our motivational moment this morning. And this morning's quote comes from Elizabeth Elliot, and it goes like this: "Sometimes life is hard. You can only do the next thing." Sometimes life is so hard, you can only do the next thing. Whatever that is, just do the next thing. God will meet you there. I like that. Sometimes life is hard, so you can only do the next thing. Whatever it is, just do the next thing.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are going to be joined by representatives from Peak Outsourcing talking about the opening of doors to new jobs.
Of the Mexican Caribbean. A whole spectrum of colors and hues, multi-dimensional cuisine, holographic beaches. The true new era is within you.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE. Paid for by homeowners who demand better appliances.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for. It's all next on this station.
My name is Leomar Langsert, and I'm a teacher, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer with these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Oh man, one more stroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp.
Enjoy free social media data now included in our Flex Choice and Select postpaid plans.
Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We are moving things along, and this is our second conversation, and it's all about Peak Outsourcing, opening doors to new jobs. We are joined this morning by Derek Ramos. He is the operations manager representing Peak Outsourcing. Also with us is Naim Polanco, talent acquisition specialist. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, and
so
welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Love the energy already. Let's talk a bit about Peak Outsourcing. If you are here in Belize City, you would know that Peak is kind of like our neighbor, our next door neighbors, but you really can't miss them. They've been around. You guys have been established here in Belize for about 3 years, since 2022, and you've grown massively since then.
Yes.
Let's begin from there. How much Peak Outsourcing has grown and the desire to continue.
So Peak Outsourcing, when it comes to the BPO industry, I would say Peak is relatively new. We have been here for 3 years. We were established in 2022 with only about 16 agents. Fast forward 3 years, 2025, we have grown over 1,000% to more than 200 agents, and we're aiming to hire up to 500 by this end of the year.
Wow.
So we have a lot of opportunities for people seeking jobs here in Belize.
What are some of the reasons that people would choose Peak Outsourcing as their place of work?
Okay, so as I mentioned, Peak is different than the average call center here. People feel like it's part of a family. We have lots of engagements activities. We have engagement specialist, Miss Indira Barrow. She does a lot of engagements monthly. We have had Sports Day, we have had the typical Mother Day, Father's Day, and this month, since it's back to school month, we are actually having activities to help our single moms and single dads as well, and students, because we have students working at Peak as well. We have the back to school drive, whereby we have that engagement where our agents can participate and win stationery supplies, bags, and it's like an assistance to them as well when it comes to getting stuff going back to school.
How challenging or perhaps how easy has it been for you guys to onboard new employees? Because when I look at the BPO landscape, you're not the only game in town, right? You have all of these other call centers that are doing the same thing, trying to maximize on their staff complement. How easy or how difficult has that been for you guys?
Well, the market is only getting tighter here in Belize, so we have it's competitive, so we have to be very creative. We have competitive salaries. When it comes to customer service positions, our starting rate is $10, anywhere between $10 to $12. When it comes to sales, we have sales going from $13, supervisors anywhere above $15. Also, starting this month, we are implementing our health insurance program at Peak, and it's just another added benefit to our agents there, coming to work at Peak. So yeah, it's very competitive, so we have to see how we could maneuver across that area.
I want to get Derek in the conversation. Perhaps we can touch a bit on the daily operations over there. What are some of the jobs that people are working and the opportunities that exist?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the main opportunities that we have is not only do we do reservations, but we do booking and a lot of customer service, a lot of sales. So typically what the day-to-day operations looks like, of course, managing TLs, making sure that our agents, they get the support that they need in order for them to be successful. A big part of our duties is just to make sure that we make the environment fun, and not only fun, but just to maximize their ability to perform on a day-to-day basis.
Now you guys have a upcoming sort of like a fair and opportunity for persons to apply to Peak, hoping to fill up to like 30 spaces, yes? Talk about what persons can expect and what they need to provide when they do stop by.
So we have both customer service and sales positions. As you mentioned, we have over 30 positions available. To apply at Peak, you could either send your information through recruitbelize@peakoutsourcing.com, send in your updated resume, your social security, your banking details, 2 references, and the valid police record. When it comes to the police record, I know it's very hard to get the police record, so a simple receipt would be enough for you to send to us, and then we'll give you up to a month to apply or to get that police record to us. So it's very simple, and the process is very simple at Peak Outsourcing. If you send in your information through the email address, we'll set up an interview the following day or the same day, depending on your availability, and it only takes up to an hour for you to get hired. So while in other places you'll wait until 4 or 4 days or a week. Here at Peak, you only wait, you know, an hour
Yeah.
or less.
That's
Depending.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What are some of the types of work situations like? Because I know that there are some call centers we are seeing giving persons opportunity to work at home as well. Does that exist over at Peak Outsourcing?
So not for the moment. We're big fans of having our employees in the office because it's not only it's a lot easier to manage, but you know, here in Belize there's a lot of outages and so forth. So that's one way how we pretty much mitigate that. But again, it depends on the management and of course the leadership that we have, which is very, very great. But it's an avenue that we're planning to venture off in the near future. But for now, majority of our staff is in office.
Okay.
Do you find that perhaps there's a high turnover rate in terms of persons coming through Peak? It may not necessarily be limited only to Peak Outsourcing, but I'm looking at the fact that in some instances people or Belizeans view BPO work as sort of like a revolving door. They come for a few months or whatever and then they move on. What's your staff turnover rate like in terms of people passing through?
At Peak, we like to call ourselves different. We do things different. To minimize the attrition rate, as you mentioned, and it's something common throughout the BPO industry, we do have different activities and engagement for people, for agents to feel welcome, to feel that, you know, they are valued at work. So to minimize that, we have had different engagements, activities, and that has motivated people to stay there over a long period of time. We have agents that have been there from inception, from 3 years ago. So it's all about ensuring that they feel welcome, that they feel appreciated. And that's the key to Peak Outsourcing success, I would say, in having low attrition and minimizing that risk.
How welcoming are you guys for persons who are starting their journey into sales for the first time? You mentioned that you have some students there as well. I imagine during graduation season there may be some people who have not worked a job before, but they're interested in getting their feet wet.
Yes. So as part of the heading the recruitment department, yes, we focus a lot on experience, but I have noticed a lot that some people have the skills as well. While they might not have the 2 years experience that we are seeking, if I ask them, can you sell me this pen? They are great at selling stuff. So they bring that sales, you know, skills with them. So I usually approach Derek, you know, like, hey, Derek, you know, this person might not have the experience that we need, but hey, you have to listen to how that person sells.
Yeah,
that
so it's
pen.
a case-by-case basis.
Right, it is a case-by-case, and we welcome everybody because take me for an example, and even Naeem. I mean, we started our careers with having no type of experience, and now we're 15 years, 20 years plus, so we have to give folks a chance in order for them to gain the experience that they need, and eventually they will either be successful, and we have processes in place where we will identify where their weak points are, and that way we can start them off in a more not so aggressive program versus if they're a sales shark, we're going to take advantage of their skills and pretty much put them on a program where it's a little bit more aggressive.
You guys have 15 and 20 years respectively. How have you grown personally and professionally within the BPO sector? Let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, English has evolved for me as well because definitely coming from, you know, a lot of Creole and Hispanic background. I mean, I started my career while going to school, and it's definitely has been evolved, especially to have the ability to communicate on a day-to-day basis. You know, just having the ability to de-escalate certain situations, and also to use my skills in terms of sales to get what I need. So that's how it's evolved. Definitely communication has been a big aspect of it. I've taken now, you know, my English has definitely advanced because obviously I talk to a lot of clients on a day-to-day basis, and not only that, but I do coach a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. So making sure that I say the right things just to make sure that I get what I need out is also very important.
For me, this is my first time working in the call center business. I have worked in other areas that have really prepared me for this industry. Previous to Peak, I've worked at BELTRAIDE, and I basically assisted with the whole DPA program and the fiscal incentive that dealt with the BPOs as well. That's one of the priority sectors, and that was an eye-opener for me, seeing how the industry has evolved with just one BPO 20 years ago to now over 30 BPOs globally.
Right.
I mean, in countrywide. So that helped me a lot to prepare me for the role as a recruiter here. And also I have dealt with people with different personalities. You know, working with people under the SME category, they have different skills, they have different education background. So that was really helpful for me when I ventured into the recruitment part in the BPO sector, because you recruit, or you will see a lot of applicants that only have high school diplomas. You know, you rarely see people with an associate's degree, or much less a bachelor's degree. So you have to be able to communicate with them, you know, explain to them the entire process. And for me, that was very, very helpful, I would say. And coming with that experience, it has really helped me in my role as a recruiter at Peak Outsourcing.
What was that transition like for you, Naeem? How do you, forgive me, you went from sort of setting policy at BELTRAIDE to actually implementing some of the very same policies that you would have been assisting with creating. What was that shift like for you?
I would say it was a smooth transition for me, because I know the industry already. So it's just for me now to, you know, implement what I have learned previously into the business. So I would say it was very easy for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I have one final question for you guys from my end. So we've been reporting in the news this push from the US Congress to keep BPO jobs on US soil, or bring back BPO jobs to US soil. And you guys are recruiting at a point in time where this sort of looms over everything, right?
Right.
What are your thoughts on that, coming from the BPO sector here in Belize?
Okay. When I first heard the news, it was a bit scary. But I was able to understand the whole policy that they are trying to implement in the US. One of the things that we have, and one of the positive things we have here in Belize, is that most of our BPOs are private. They are based in the Philippines, for most of them. I believe that what the US is trying to do is just cut on the federal grant, companies who are having access to that federal grant, and ensuring that they can actually get back those jobs into the US, because they're getting federal grants. But I don't foresee Belize being affected much, because most of our companies are private owned and based somewhere else rather than in the US. While we might have some branches, like Peak might have Peak North America, our base is in the Philippines, and that's where most of our activities are held, in the Philippines. We have over 1,000 employees globally, and I would say over more than 50% are based in the Philippines. And of course, in Belize, we're trying to grow it to over 500 agents. So I don't foresee the industry being affected much here in Belize.
Right, and majority of our clients, they're all around the world as well. It's just not clients in the US, but we have clients from Europe, clients from South America, even Central America. So the clients that we have, it's a combination of all over the world.
All right. Well, let's go once more over the date of the job fair and what people would need to provide when they do attend.
Okay, yes. So Peak Outsourcing will have its recruitment drive at the Battlefield Park this Saturday the 16th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we're inviting our applicants to come and apply. Peak is very different than the average BPO. You're going to have fun while working with us. All you need to bring is your updated resume, a copy of your social security and banking details, 2 references, and a valid police record or a receipt. And in less than an hour, you get hired at Peak. Or if you don't want to go or wait there for a while, because it's going to be crowded, super sale, or the sale will be happening there, you could always send your documents to recruitbelize@peakoutsourcing.com, and we're gonna contact you right away as well to set up an interview.
Right.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for stopping by and sharing this update with us. We wish you guys all the best.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, we take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, the conversation switches into BELTRAIDE, paving the way to the Belize Investment Summit.
All right, when the one fun day on, the window open and the light they turn off. It looks like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter. They call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL ad, you know.
Yes, man. It don't reach the man better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area,
we're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy 8. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Oftentimes, it only takes a spark to ignite the fire that burns inside of us. At Galen, we're committed to academic excellence, and our student-centered service is available to all our Eagles. You too can become a Galen Eagle.
Hello, my name is Jarrell Velasquez, and on behalf of Galen University, I would like to extend an invitation for men to come back to school. Young, old, near, far, wherever you are.
It all starts with a question. What if I really could become a Galen Eagle? And suddenly, the answer feels closer than ever. Get your eagle on. Come soar with the Galen Eagles.
Oh yo, what's up bro? This Western Union mom's a little money using Digi Wallet. Uncle in the States pays me too, same app using Digi Wallet. Bro, this is too easy. I can do this from anywhere. No lines, no hassle, just easy. All right, gotta run, bro. Take it easy.
unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. This is our third conversation, and it's all about BELTRAIDE paving the way to the Belize Investment Summit. We are joined this morning by Ishmael Curas. He is the Executive Director for BELTRAIDE. Also with us is Monique Usher. She is the Deputy Executive Director representing BELTRAIDE. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Now, this is the third year that we are highlighting the investment summit here in Belize. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to further discuss ways that investors can stop by in Belize and see opportunities that exist for them. Also for us to explore other avenues that we can further sell Belize as a package, yes?
Absolutely.
Let's begin there. The overall concept of what the Belize Investment Summit seeks to achieve and how we've been doing since the past 3 years.
Fantastic. Thank you for the questions and thank you for having us. So yes, the Office of the Prime Minister through the Ministry of Investment is pleased to convene the third Belize Investment Summit. It's being held under the theme Bridging Markets, Building Resilience. And it really speaks to the role that Belize plays in promoting regionalization, especially at this time where we as a region feel the urgent need to connect with our neighbors. And the sub-team is Belize as the nexus between southeastern Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean community. There's a lot of potential for Belize to serve as that bridge, and what we want to do is showcase the opportunities available, what government has on offer by way of forward-thinking, business-friendly policy reforms, initiatives, programs, and it's a great way to connect and meet other investors.
Since the last investment summits that we've had the opportunity to highlight, what were some of the opportunities that came out of that?
Well, just to mention to begin with that since the first summit in 2021, Belize has generated $1.2 billion in FDI. In 2024, it was $368 million US dollars in FDI, and that's a testament to investor confidence. It's also a testament to the programs that government has on offer and initiatives like the Belize Investment Summit that stimulate awareness of the opportunities. We've had success stories in terms of investments in tourism, in aquaculture, in sectors that are really vibrant and have potential. It's great to see local investment in tourism happening more and more, and the whole emphasis on local investment is priority. Supporting small businesses as well to participate in the programs on offer.
The spike in foreign direct investment in Belize is one that can be commended, but I think of the reality of ease of doing business in Belize. What is that like? So we have this summit that seeks to attract people to come in and invest their monies in businesses and other opportunities here. But some people would argue that doing business in Belize can be very bureaucratic and cumbersome to get things off the ground.
Yeah, the summit is actually the venue for us to, as government, to showcase what is on offer by way of reform, simplification, getting rid of those, addressing the bureaucracy. It's also a way for us to listen, to what the private sector has to say by way of complaints, by way of issues, challenges, bottlenecks. And the business-to-business matchmaking element of the summit really helps to put into the hands of the participants first-hand access to the regulators, to the public sector leaders who have the then responsibility of improving the service delivery.
Monique, this is going to be your third investment summit. What do you foresee would be different this time around from the previous two that you've been involved with?
That's an excellent question, Isani. Just to give viewers a snapshot of what to expect at the summit. We have a business-to-business meeting, as Ishmael highlighted, business-to-government meeting to increase efficiencies in delivery of services. We also, this year, are looking at integrating Connect Pavilion, which looks at providing opportunities for persons that are attending the summit with regulatory bodies and also financial institutions to access finance. So we're looking at integrating that component into the summit. We're also looking at integrating MSME participation. We do have a business pitch. This year we have a different twist with that business pitch, and we do encourage persons that have feasible and viable business idea to participate in that pitch component at the event. Some key highlights would be the ministerial panel, so hearing from the government officials on what their ministry is doing to move the needle to promote investment. That's a key area that we have. We also have presentation by speakers that we're inviting. For example, this year the keynote, one of the speaker is Dr. Steen, and he'll be speaking about regionalization and our efforts and how Belize is uniquely positioned to attract investment and be an investment hub. We also have fireside chats that have persons speaking on their experience with investing in Belize, their experience with being a business owner in Belize. So those are some of the key areas that we're looking at. We also have a 3 days lineup, so we're starting from the 3rd to the 5th of September. On the 3rd we have the opening cocktail, and that provides an environment for persons that are attending the summit to network and to create synergies amongst each other. We also have the opening ceremony, which takes place the 4th of September, and immediately leading after the opening ceremony we have the official conference. And so a unique feature to the conference is the parallel nature of the event. So you might have an interest in a specific area, and so we're looking at providing options for you to participate in specific discussions that the event has. And day 2 and 3 is the conference structure. So we have the main stage that looks at some of the presentation, fireside, panel discussion, ministerial, and of course day 3 also has a similar flow of events. So it's a very comprehensive
jam-packed schedule as well, it sounds like.
Yes.
I wanted to take the conversation to quickly look at the theme that was highlighted and Belize's position and perhaps even opportunity that we have. Since the start of this year, we've been talking more about the political landscape, and the buzzword really are the tariffs at this point. What are the type of discussions that we're going to be hearing when it comes to Belize's position in this type of challenge that is seemingly being experienced worldwide?
Certainly, looking at infrastructural investment, investment in logistics and connectivity, that's a key element of enabling us as a spot in Central America, but a spot that connects the Caribbean and southeastern Mexico. That's needed for that to happen. And so, looking at what what is on the ground, or what are the opportunities for investment in PPP projects that look at improving our connectivity. And so we're looking at the airports development, ports development, road infrastructural development, and anything that can really help us be that not only theoretical but physical bridge between these regions. And so I think there's definitely going to be an emphasis on that. And I think that will create a lot of excitement in terms of the real impact that will have on the economy.
Well, I want to move things along and go into some of the conversations that people can expect. You also highlighted local entrepreneurs or local business opportunities as well. Oftentimes when we speak of a Belize Investment Summit, we think it's big. It's only for the big spenders, the big investors, and the opportunities that exist are for more larger established businesses. What can you say to small businesses and how they can benefit?
I really appreciate you asking that. This summit is for everyone. We're talking local, international investors, entrepreneurs, large, small, medium, even people involved in academia. You know, private sector development is important to everyone in all spheres of our lives. And on the Plan Belize 2.0, economic transformation through investment and that stimulation of business-led growth is the way that we are seeing it happening and change happening in Belize. And so we certainly encourage everyone to participate. As Monique mentioned, there's going to be this pitch element where MSMEs are going to be able to pitch their idea and potentially attract investment. And something else to mention that's going to be different about this edition is that we've selected certain very exciting high-end export potential MSMEs to showcase at the event. And so we're looking at fashion, jewelry, other businesses in the creative and cultural industries that are going to have the spotlight, literally.
Orange economy type.
The orange economy. And this is actually a spin-off from the second investment summit, which emphasized the orange economy. And so we're building on that. And so we're certainly very excited about that. And that's a prime area where MSMEs can participate.
Coming from or being an entity that interacts with businesses, small businesses in general, what are some of the questions that you find from these entrepreneurs or these business owners when it comes to trying to tap into getting larger investors? Are they aware of the processes that they would have to go through? Is this the role that we are hoping to see BELTRAIDE further increase themselves as that platform or entity that they can go to kind of bridge that?
That's an excellent commentary. Building on that question, one of the areas is access to finance. And the Belize Investment Summit does provide that space to interact with financial institutions. Through the SBDC, that is a service that's offered, and so we look at preparing these MSMEs to access finance and to be responsible with repayment and ensuring that they can look at scaling their operation. So the support is there. The summit does provide that space to interact with these financial institutions and also connect with support from BELTRAIDE and other agencies that are a part of the Secretariat for the Investment Summit.
So you'd find that like institutions like DFC would probably be involved in something like
so we actually have them on a segment, financing your investment. So we have the Development Finance Corporation, we have the other financial institution, also integrating credit union, because you know, if you're looking at rural communities, oftentimes these persons would access finance through their a local credit union. So we're looking at creating that space that allows them to interact, to look at attracting these opportunities and getting the support needed, whether it's looking at post-event, because again, the Investment Summit is from the 3rd to 5th, but there are activities that happen post that event that looks at providing support to participants, whether it's an investor that's looking at getting assistance through BELTRAIDE incentive program. We look at providing that support to them.
And just to also mention that through close collaboration with entities like the Financial Services Commission, we're also aiming to showcase and highlight innovations like the Secure Transactions and Collateral Registry, which opens up access to finance for MSMEs specifically.
Do you purchase a ticket for the entire week, or is it you get to choose what area you want to focus on?
So touching on the tickets, if you visit the investment summit.bz website, you're able to see the different tier classification for ticket. So we have tickets from basic, standard, premium, VIP, VVIP, elite. Of course, those
very important people.
those packages have been sold out, and that just goes to show the interest of participants. And on the website you can see what the tier classification affords you in terms of access. I also want to take this opportunity to highlight our sponsors. Our diamond sponsor is the IDB. We have gold sponsors such as the Taiwan Embassy, European Union, BTB, FSC, Central Bank, BTL, PAC, Nando's Wholesale, DFC, Bowen & Bowen, silver sponsors Smart, Atlantic Bank, Maya Island Air, Belize Airport Authority, Belize Bank, bronze sponsors Cemento Progreso, Corozal Free Zone, Belize Water Service, Belize Fund, and St. Francis Xavier. And I mentioned the fireside chat. We also have the CARICOM Development Fund that's sponsoring the event. So the interest is there. We are looking forward to, hosting our participants at BIS 2025.
And just to specifically also, express gratitude to our sponsors and to underline that this is a paid event. This is something that you pay tickets, to access the event. It's also sponsored. It's envisioned to be a grand event. It's always a really, really nice, presentation. And so there's a lot to look forward to. Very high quality that really puts Belize on the world stage.
Before we let you go, Ishmael, I also need your take on what's happening in the United States with respect of the BPO sector. I know that BELTRAIDE works to some degree with these BPO companies locally. Let's get your take on that.
Yeah, so it's certainly something that we need to monitor with concern to see how things pan out. We know that things are generally fluid in this regard in terms of the various policies coming out of the US. So, certainly looking at it carefully. However, in discussing closely with the sector, we understand that Belize doesn't necessarily stand to be directly impacted, at least not immediately. There are ways in which we are protected. For example, the fact that most of our BPOs are private entities and not necessarily dependent or accessing federal funding, and other aspects in terms of the diversification of their clientele. So we're looking at engaging closely with the sector. We know that employment is not increasingly dependent on the BPO sector in Belize, and so we'll certainly do our very best to ensure that they're aware of potential impacts. But I think what's very important is that we're all calm and stay assured that our sector it continues to grow, and there's a lot of potential in it still.
All right. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. Congratulations on being at year 3 for the Investment Summit. We wish you guys all the best.
Thank you very
so
much.
All righty, we take another quick break and don't go anywhere though. When we come back, the conversation switches into a 2-day feel-good sale over at Courts.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for. It's all next on this station.
My name is Leomar Langzert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer, with these online that Belize Bank offered, is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Los Cumbia Kings. Los Cumbia Kings en concierto. Este 30 de
agosto en el Estadio del Pueblo. Orange Bowl Belize. Los Cumbia Kings en vivo.
No tengo dinero ni nada que dar.
No te pierdas el concierto del año que te hará bailar como nunca. General 150, VIP 200 y Platino $350. Boletos a la venta en la aplicación QuiPass, disponible en Android y iPhone. También con Orange Drag con cuellos, Shell One Stop, María's Café, Lifestyle Beauty Salon y WSK Call Center al 611-3677. Amor Turquesa, Boutique Belmopá. Gracias al patrocinio de
BTV, Mechas, Cuellos, Lock and Loaded, Mark Production, Quick Pass, Lighthouse,
Instituto Nacional de Cultura e Historia y Smart Belize.
Ignite the innovator in you with Dell. Cellular World is an authorized partner for Dell Technologies. Whether you're looking for equipment for personal use or to transform your business, Dell Technologies can provide you with the right equipment to suit your needs. Dell is more than just desktop computers and laptops. The full line also includes monitors, data storage solutions, keyboards, docking stations, and other accessories. This is technology that makes it possible and provides solutions for every situation. Shop for your Dell products at Cellular World, your #1 Dell authorized partner in Belize, and get all the technology you want for less. Bring your brightest ideas to life with intelligent technology. Cellular World, authorized Dell partner.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for. It's all next on this station.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. This next conversation is all about a 2-day feel-good sale at Quartz, and we're joined by our friend Vanessa Foreman. She is the assistant branch manager over at Quartz to tell us more about it. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you, guys.
It feels like you're a part of the Oye family at this point. Very regular face.
I know it, and I always feel welcome whenever I come here. And I know every time I'm coming here, everybody's all excited because they're like, what will you bring today to have me want to go to Quartz? So what we're actually offering, we're having a 2 days feel-good promotion, or a shorter sharp, whatever you want to call it. But the good thing about this promotion is going to be happening this Friday and this Saturday. Of course, you know we open from between the hours of 8 to 5, but we will also be having flash sale. So it's going to be different hours. We're going to have this flash sale. So on Friday, our first feature will be between the hours of 8 and 10, where you can get a Mabe stove for only as low under $900. You can get a Mabe stove. And also between the hours of 1 to 3, you can get a refrigerator for $999, which is a select refrigerator.
Yeah.
So which is a 15 cubic feet refrigerator. So we're trying to get excited, but of course that's just the flash sale event itself. But if you're getting any items on credit or so forth, you can get up to 30% off on selected items on credit. And as long as you're getting it for 18 months and above. Now, I know a lot of people, again, I keep encouraging people to come in, get some promotion. You want to build your credit. So as you can see on the screen that they're showing these items. So that Frigidaire, and actually for this entire month, we're actually celebrating the Frigimania promotion.
Okay.
Nice. So all our refrigerator that's with that brand itself, you can get up to $300 off on selected brands. So we have, like, of course, that beautiful 19 cubic feet one for $17.99. And remember, when you're seeing these items, you can get that price for cash or credit.
Okay.
So you can get it on both of them. And like we keep telling customers, it's so easy right now. Our teams are actually working to get it get your items approved within 24 hours. Sometimes it's like within the same day, depending on the time that you come.
So the flash sale will include specific times throughout the day. You'll be able to get certain deals on items.
Yes.
You spoke of some refrigerators, some stoves. And guys, please pay close attention to the details of it, because I believe there are only certain items that will be available for a certain period, yes?
Correct, on the flash sale. But remember, the sale is going on for the entire day. So you can have, we have on sofas, we have on sofa beds. We just recently, a lot of people were asking for it. We actually recently got them. So we have sofa beds. We also have a wide selection of mattresses where you can have with the Sleep On It brand, which is a comfort support mattress, where any size is for $3.99. So that is going on throughout for the entire time.
Wow.
But just the benefit to get additional sale, it's just between the hours of 8 to 9, which will be for the to get that stove. If you're looking for a brand new stove, you can get it way cheaper.
You also said something about a TV and a king size bed flash sale there too.
Correct. So this is the one that we're having on Saturday. So we featured on Friday, which was the appliance. Now we go straight into your bedroom as well as TVs. So here, between the hours of 8 and 10, you can get that Jenna King mattress that I was telling you. It's time to upgrade.
Oh, it's beautiful.
$999. And in case you're wondering how this bed looks, come to Quartz. We have it on, it's actually on display. You can see what it looks like.
I also saw that on your website.
Yes.
I saw that bed before.
And also a TV, 55-inch television, TCL, Google TV. You know, you connect to your internet. You can get all your favorite TV shows and everything, and you can get it for only $7.99, everybody.
Wow.
So that is, like you said right there, $774, sorry. But basically, I mean, you can't beat that. We have the different brands. We have 50-inch going on. Right now, we also have wide selection of TCL TV starting as low as $449. We're having as low as that.
Now, you guys will be having this sale across the country. Will this be available?
So this sale is happening at every single Quartz store countrywide. So everybody's opening from 8 to 5 again. You want to come, depending if you're in Belmopan, if you're in Cayo, if you're in PG. Yes, you can get all that promotion, everybody. So again, we try to keep it all exciting, and we always listen to our customers, because we do a lot of surveys as well that we call customers, getting feedback, trying to tell them what you want from us so that we can make it all excited that you can come in. And of course, when you're purchasing these devices, we try to give you that peace of mind, because remember, we offer that up to 4 years protection. So I know a lot of people hear us talk about it and so forth. We even have some customers that actually did like reviews and say, you know what, I experienced this, like when I got my item, it ended up getting messed up, and then after that they brought it in and they fix it. If they're unable to fix it, what we do is replace it for the value of what you purchased. So you can have up to 4 years that peace of mind. So think about it, you're buying an item now, and it's protected all the way up to 2029.
Fantastic. I mean, warranty aside, I know that you also have a department that deals with fixing some of these items in general. So can we also highlight that? There's an entire department for that.
Yes, we call it the Servitech. So I know, so whenever you're purchasing anything, we have our Servitech department that they're there, they will call you. And also, because we carry all the major brands, we also have parts as well. So we have customers that they just, you know what, this part went wrong for my my television or your refrigerator or washing machine, and that sometimes we carry these parts. So you can also get that service. For example, we have like the name brand, which is the original remote for like certain brand television that, you know, some customers, the TV remote stopped working. We actually sell it there at Servitech.
I did not know that.
Yes.
And oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, Vanessa.
So they have that.
You'll be here in front of me.
And of course, we also have, well, you know, we carry the brand, the AKT motorcycle. So again, if you're getting these items from us, we also have parts as well that we sell. So what we try to do is make it a one-stop shop. So we encourage customers to come in, and remember, whenever you're coming, all it's required for you to have something on credit is just a valid ID, a social security, a driver's license, or a passport. You can have 2 references. Make sure one of them is somebody that don't live with you. And like we always tell people, what always hold up the credit process for being completing, because let's say if I give my for example, your name, and you're calling that person and you're not picking up, then that delay the process. So we always encourage customers, you know what, tell your friends them, you know what, I'm using you as a reference, please look out for a call. And again, you just need a recent pay slip or a job letter and a utility bill to prove that you live, that just to show where you live.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is fantastic. It sounds like it's going to be a great, a real feel-good 2-day for persons shopping and taking advantage of those flash sales as well. We spoke about larger appliances like fridges, stoves. We even looked at bedrooms, TVs as well. What are some of the sales that we can expect for smaller appliances as well?
Sure. So right now we have going on already right now, if you're looking for maybe a blender, a toaster, so forth, we have, if you're getting 2 or more items, you can get 10% off that item itself. And remember, let's say you're not looking for something big, and you can also get these items on credit. So let's say if you want the toaster, you want a blender, you need a air fryer, you can bundle all these items together and you can put it on a credit payment as well. And on selected small appliances, we also offer up to a year warranty on them as well. And you're talking like some of them, like let's say for example it's like $11. You're paying extra for it. So again, we try to have everybody come on down to Courts. We're open between the hours of 8 to 5. Remember, this flash sale is happening. The first one is starting on Friday. We're going to be making it exciting, so we're making sure we're telling the entire country. But this time, we're not being secretive about the time. We're telling you, between the hours of 8 to 10, you can get this item. Between the hours of 1 to 3, you can get that. So you can come on down, view it, and guess what? The promotions are happening already on many, many other items where you can just come in, get it now, and you can get it home. Let's say if I'm looking for a brand new sofa set, I can come in the morning and I can have this in my house hopefully by the afternoon.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice. So it's all depending on your
There's
era as
something
well.
that caught my eye earlier. Something about a karaoke competition.
I was going to say that.
Let's get some details.
Entertainment.
So yes. So what they'll be doing as well, because we're trying to make it all excited and everything. So we're going to have a competition that's going on. So if you know all your talented persons that love to sing, a little karaoke like myself, I'm not a singer, you can come on down. So that's what we're trying to do, different features with that. We're also having a selected promotion as well, which is a raffle we're having. That, for example, if you're purchasing any of the selected item when it comes to sofas and so forth, they have a promotion as well where you can actually win your purchase for actually be paying it off for free. So that can also happen as well. I believe it's a wood promotion item itself. Sorry if I get the name wrong. But yeah, so we're having that promotion. We're also having, maybe like you said, we're livening it up. So we try to get you guys come on down to Courts and get it going and everything.
The whole party you guys are having there,
yes. Yes, and guess what? Come in. Remember, air condition is on all the time, 8 to 5. So after you're ready, maybe you go in the morning, you go to the market.
Yeah.
You go to the market, the shop, you know what? You can make your way at Courts afterwards and benefit from these beautiful sale. And as well, it's back to school right here, so I know a lot of people will be out shopping. We also have wide selection of computers, everybody. So laptops, printers. So you can come down, we have those available. You can also put it on credit as well, getting those items right there. We even have selective computer. That's not a wide selection as yet, but we're getting a lot of items. And I know right now, a lot of people, they always come in because we keep getting in new items. So recently coming, we should be getting some more computers, some more laptops. I know a lot of people are asking for it because as soon as we get them, they fly off the shelf. So, and again, with these investment, you're actually protecting it because we offer the added warranty along with it. So again, everybody make your way down. And I like to tell people, keep that cash in your pocket. September is right here, all the party event happening. So you want to keep that money and then you can just pay your items for a small fee, depending on how you do it. And remember, we offer all the way up to 48 months, depending on how you want to pay it. And also, what we also have as well, I know, which is the win-back customers, that we have our credit department. They reach out to these customers. They're having a special campaign for them where they offer up to 50% off on their debt forgiveness. And what they do to test you that, or to make sure help you to build that credit back, what they do, they have you come and get a smaller item and you can move up. And of course, for our VIP customers that you always pay on time, you have excellent credit, we have a promotion as well having for them. So we're sending out text to selected group of customers where you're actually already pre-approved already. So, and if you're getting like large items, for example, let's say I need a new sofa, a new bed, a new refrigerator, we're giving you up to 30% off on those items. So you're basically pre-approved. All you need to do when our staff is reaching out and they're giving you a call, and you know what to say, yeah, I agree, they can start the process already over the phone.
All right. Well, Vanessa, this is a lot. It's a lot of exciting stuff taking place. But we're so grateful that you stopped by and shared that with us. And please, guys, take advantage of the flash sales. It sounds like it's going to be a real feel-good 2 days indeed. Thanks so much for stopping by. We wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
All right. We take our final break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we also have another wonderful conversation to look forward to. Delbert Hinds, remember him? He's a budding baseball star here in Belize, and we just learned that he just scored another year in Taiwan. We're going to be talking about that when we come back.
The new era of the Mexican Caribbean. A whole spectrum of colors and hues, multi-dimensional cuisine, holographic beaches. The true new era is within you.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE. Paid for by homeowners who demand better appliances.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for.
It's all next on this station.
My name is Leomar Langsert, and I'm a teacher, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer with these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp.
Enjoy free social media data now included in our Flex Choice and Select postpaid plans.
Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
And welcome back. Our fourth and final conversation this morning is all about the sport of baseball. Baseball in Japan. In studio with us this morning is Belizean baseball player Delbert Hinds. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back. He's joined by Coach Kazu. He's a volunteer coach with the JICA. Good morning.
Good morning, and also welcome back.
Thank you. And in Belize for the first time is 16-year-old Shoya Morita. He's a baseball player from Japan.
Good morning.
He's with the Kyoto Kogakuin. I hope I got that correct, right? And joining them is Chiho. And she's going to be here to help with the translation. Good morning once again, my friends. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start, first of all, by hearing from you, Delbert. You've managed to secure another year, some time in Japan. Let's begin by talking about the experience so far. So we featured you in our newscast fairly recently in terms of this opportunity that you had to go to Japan and train and build your skills in a sport. Let's talk about that.
Well, mostly off. I think the main thing when I was in Japan, the main focus was development, mechanical wise, because we have coaches here in Belize, but the level to take our players to the next level is very drastic. So I had my help in Japan, so I focused on my mechanics and stuff, so I was able to improve in areas that I struggled in, and the coaches liked me very much, so I think that's the main reason. And they see many potential that I can reach maybe MPB or MLB. So I think that's why they're inviting me back for next year in high hopes of reaching the next level.
Yeah.
There's been a revival of sorts with baseball in Belize, and you've been part of that as well. Talk about that.
Well, the Belize Baseball League, which is run by Mr. Jermaine Crawford, and I am also, since I am playing a baseball player in Belize, I don't really hold back on giving my time of support. So if Mr. Crawford needs me to be there to support the league, whether it's coaching little children, because I have a very big heart on training kids, so I want to see next generation come up and go behind me, traveling internationally. You know, I want to say, oh, he's from Belize. Okay, that's a good thing. I don't want to be the only one, you know. I wanted people coming back. Oh, there's two going to America, Japan, Europe, you know, so it's the main focus.
And what has it been like for you, Coach Kazu, in terms of working with Delbert?
デルバートのそういう動きはどういうふうに思ってるかっていう動きとかそういう活動とか。
Can I speak Japanese?
Sure. Translate, yes.
もう彼の日本での活躍がベリーズの次の若者の希望になっているので、すごくいい活動取り組みだと思います。
He is the first baseball player, a Belizean baseball player who plays in Japan, right? And I hope the next baseball player can go to Japan and play baseball.
There's also been opportunities given for persons from Japan to come and have a similar experience the way that Delbert did as well. Can we highlight the player that we have here with us and what this exchange will look like? The player that we have
Let's
here.
hear from Shoya.
Shoya, yes. What's his arrival here in Belize going to be like?
なんでこう来て何をするために来たん
？Japanese okay?
Of
course. ベリーズの子供たちに、野球道具を渡して、野球の楽しさを知ってもらって今後の夢や希望を持ってもらいたいと思ったからです。
I want to bring baseball equipment to young people in Belize, and I hope many young people want to play baseball more, so I came to Belize.
I know that on Saturday, Shoya was at the Rogers Stadium along with Delbert and of course Coach Kazu, where you guys had the Japan-Belize day for sports. Talk a bit about that. Let's hear from you, Delbert, and then we could hear from Shoya.
Well, mostly I want to thank Shoya for donating the gears to the baseball, Belize Baseball League, which is run by Mr. Jermaine Crawford, and for the kids, I focus on myself, but I also care about the generation, like I said before. And Saturday we held a Belize Japan Baseball Day, and many information I don't have.
Are you seeing a growing interest in people and young people liking or being interested in baseball?
Yes, every day. Sometimes we have 2-3 new students, and me and Kazu, we train them, we tell them come out every day, and people watching also. If your kids or you want your kids to play baseball, you can send them to Rogers Stadium, and I'll be there. I'm out there every day, from 3:30 to 4:30, because I don't want the kids to be out late. So I'll be out there to assist them, and if they want to take baseball to the next level and reach somewhere that I reached, I'm willing to do that.
You have a promise to go back for 6 more months in Japan. Have they given you an idea of what this next 6 months will look like when it comes to training and development?
The main thing that I'm working on right now, myself and Kazu, they have given me certain requirements that I have to reach, some improvements, and once I reach those criteria, I will be able to go back to Japan. So me and Kazu are working every day. Even after this interview today, we'll be back on the field.
Back on the pitch,
yes, right? Working, mechanics, everything. And, I can't stop. I gotta go and keep active.
So I want you to ask Shoya what got him into baseball at his age.
What?
What got him into baseball at his age? He's 16, right?
Yeah, he's.
Yes. Ask him how does he feel? What got him into baseball, and where does he see himself in the future?
将来、自分、野球をしているからそれどう思うどうしていきたいとかそういうことかな。野球を通じてとか。
将来、教員になって、ミスターカズと同じように、次の隊員として、JICA でベリーズに戻ってきたいと思ってます。
So I want to be a teacher in the future, and I hope I can come back to Belize as Kazu and to teach baseball for young people in Belize.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
Well, this is a wonderful opportunity for Delbert, for Shoya, and even Kazu and everyone here who has been really pouring into baseball here in Belize, as Isane mentioned, really being a resurgence of the sport. I'm hoping that we can see further opportunities come out of it. How can we support the Baseball League? Delbert?
Support?
What support do you guys need?
Mainly our main issue in Belize is always equipment, gears, and the baseball is changing every day, the technology-wise, but always skills, mechanics, and the love for the game stay the same. But you gotta get the equipment and stuff. We have sometimes players coming out and they don't have gloves and stuff, so I would have to go very far and lend them my gloves, and it's sometime when, as a young player, when I was young, I watched good players playing, you want to see the way they throw and stuff. So by having me sitting down and not being on the field, it's very it's very bad. So, but sometimes I don't mind lending my stuff to the young guys. I want to see them on the field, rather than being on the streets and not doing anything positive. that's how I started, and I'm where I'm at now. So I think each young man of Belize or woman, because now in worldwide they have female and male baseball growing. So female or male, I want to see them grow in baseball.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We will continue following your journey. All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Well, we do have to wrap up now. It's been a wonderful morning. And of course, thank you to all of our guests who joined us this morning. It is August 13th. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oie@channel5belize.com. You can also catch us on our Facebook, that's Open Your Eyes BZ, as well as Instagram for behind the scenes contents, that's OIE Belize. You can even text us or call us on our OIE phone number, that's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, Belize. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and SMART, bringing people together.